So I just went to edit the video and I realized I changed the camera like 17 different times. I was like, doing this. Probably just made you sick of doing that. But just wanted to say, I'm not going to fix that. I'm going to just throw it in there. Y'all can just, bear with the absolute butchering of an edit I did. All right, you guys, I'm going to try it on the iPhone. I'm going to see how this goes. I'm reviving the channel. This is probably like the 7th time I've tried it, but this time I'm hoping it'll stick, only because we got there's just a lot more going on now. Before there wasn't. It's really just the cars, and it's too much trying to set up the camera. And what I'll usually be videoing is this thing here. Can't find my hand. That thing there. But right now I'm with the iPhone. It's just a lot easier to carry and walk around with, and not as finicky. Anyway, the channel's being revived mainly because me and my brother-in-law started doing this RC car track, and it's pretty crazy. I mean, the work we've been putting into, I think it'd be pretty cool to just really get a time lapse of what we've been doing, and maybe you guys would be interested in it. I don't know. We're just going to tag you along, see what happens. It's a lot of clearing land, trees, a lot of scrap runs, all that stuff. So we'll tag you guys along with it. There's going to be more than just that. I got everything here. Car parts, Del Sol parts, Prelude parts. It's just, I can't promise you that it's going to be consistent every time. It's going to be something new almost every time. So subscribe, I don't know. So we're just going to jump right into it. Turn it around here. So this is the Team Associated RCA 3.2. I got a Tekken Tekken T8 Gen 3 in there. RX8. This is what really went bad on it. So we bash pretty hard on these things. Send them off, jumps that they're not really meant to do. This, I don't think, was the major issue on it, only because you see it's got a lot of meat left on it. So I ordered a new one regardless, just to be safe. But this is the culprit here. If you see that, it's got a little edge to the end of the gear here. And that's just from sitting there grinding and doing hard full throttle launches on it. So the gear ratio, the front ratio is about I think it's a 4.6 to 1 ratio. I was going to change it to 3.2, but then I would have had to change the rears out. And this is already hard enough. I don't really feel like messing with the rear if it's already good. So we're just sticking with a 4.6 to 1 ratio. Here we got the 5th scale Baja Rovan HPI King Motors thing. This is the Rovan. It's a funny story. Actually, I sold one with the motor that's in this one because I sold it to the guy, couldn't get it running. I got it back from him for free, got it running, and then put it in here. And the whole reason I really don't want to run this anymore is I don't really think, well, you can see it there. You see when I lift the front of the chassis, this has got two parts of the chassis, obviously you can see it right there. Once I lift it, well, that crack gets bigger. That's our main issue. So the motor kind of helps keep the two together. It's got obviously a subframe. That motor keeps the subframe together up top more than just these 4 bolts at the bottom. If you bend that, you mess up your gear mesh, which then in turn looks like this. Mess up your gear mesh, you get a pancaked gear. So we don't want that. So I have to basically put a new motor in this thing because that's toast. There's just no way that's gonna happen. And previous owner decided, hey, let's just snap off that bolt and then not fix it or try to extract it. I'm gonna give it a run after the engine's out. We're replacing it with the original motor, which is a fine motor. As you can see, it looks like it was almost never used. But you stand corrected with that judgment only because even the inside looks beautiful, but See if I can rotate it here and get the cylinder off, but it's too much work right now. Right there, you see that little nick? You know what? I'm gonna get it off for you. All right, so here we got it. This is the 30.5 cc Rovan motor that comes with the Rovans. I got this thing, the entire car, for an insane deal. And I realized now why that was an insane deal. So there's that big old gouge in the piston. Took the ring right out with it. So the cylinder right there is gouged. I have another one on the way. Evil Bays got it for dirt cheap as well. So we're just gonna hope that works. Probably won't. I'm gonna pull that motor out and then I'm gonna clean the entire chassis. Just make it look brand new while it's out. And then I'm gonna check the diff. Because if you look at this, spinning that one forwards, that one does go back. Spinning it backwards, you see how it has some hesitation, so it almost wants to go back with it. So when they both go forwards, it's pretty rough. It's got a lot of resistance on it. I want to go through the differential, but honestly, it's so buried in there that I almost don't even want to, try to get in there. It's a whole process. You take off the top cage. It's a lot. So maybe we'll get into that. Probably not. I'm going through this motor, and well, I showed you that big old just nick in the side of the crankcase and thought it was only one piece, but she decided to break up and make it two. So chip off the old block here, not the block, but whatever that casing is. Getting into it sucks because this is a great motor. It's a Zenoa 2-bolt. It's really cheap. Performs really well. Apparently the Rovan ones, which is what I'm putting back in, are just complete crap because, well, they are the way they are. So it's going to be just sucky to get the old motor back in, but I'm going to try to extract the bolt from that motor mount and somehow rig up that back together. I mean, even back here it broke off, so yeah, apparently they're good motors. I don't know how reputable that is, but their casting is crap. So there's the old motor. She looks pretty beat on, but she was healthier than ever. So hopefully, I mean, you can see this is the previous. I bought it like that. Wow, something was leaking. The original problem with this one was that the timing key was missing, so it was firing at the complete wrong time. But since then was fixed, and we even got a pretty good scrapes on the freaking flywheel here, so have to check that out. But here's our new carnage there, so that's where the other motor mount would be. Really don't see a way to fix that other than aluminum welding, and well, I feel like that ain't worth it at this rate. We'll see how the other motor does. So that you see has a broken bolt in it. That's why the other motor mount, I mean, that bolts directly to right here on the chassis, so that pulls this part of it in. As you can see, that's all that's holding it otherwise. And there's a lot of weight back here, so it really needs those motor mounts to just pull it together, and well, it didn't have that. So hopefully I didn't bend the chassis, because that's just going to be another animal if not. Well, I think that's just going to wrap it up for tonight. I've got nothing else. I mean, the whole plan was just to pull the motor tonight. I got the other parts on the way. I think next time Maybe we'll swap over the pieces of this to that. Maybe we'll go through this motor. Really have no idea. It's a dang shame that that broke, because now I only got two bottom mounts, as you see. So if you see, it's got this thread back here. I actually don't know if it's threaded. No, it is threaded. So it's got a thread there. I'm thinking it's because it sits right along here, and it sits like this in the car. So it sits like that. I'm thinking we run just some sort of pretty, like, 1/4 inch thick, maybe something thinner than that, whatever inch thick this is. From here to around there, we can get that motor mount back, and then if we can get that backed out, we can get this motor mount back, which really ties the motor back into how it should have been. I don't know. You guys let me know down in the comments what I should be doing. If I should just scrap it, not care about it, or if I should actually try to revive it. I really would like to, because it ran like a freaking tank the last time I had it out. I mean, it was running great. But it's cleaned that spur gear off, and that's when I was just like, all right, we're shutting it down. So once again, thanks guys for tuning in. We got a lot more content coming, so hopefully this will be up probably within a week from when I took it. I'm gonna have a lot more coming, so thanks again.